What's up, Roxstars? If you haven't noticed, I went on and got a microphone. I don't know how well this is going to work, so I am going to. We're testing it out today. We're testing it out today, and I feel real special because I'm able to hold this here. And I was just like, "Oh, y'all gonna be sick of me." Y'all gonna be sick of me. I don't know how I'm gonna keep my notes and this microphone and shit together, but we gonna do it. We gonna do it. And now I don't want to hear nothing about people complaining about my sound. I done finally stepped out on faith and I done got the damn microphone for y'all. Here we go. What's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. I'm like, where am I supposed to hold it? Am I holding it up high? Maybe I need to check to make sure that I'm not too loud. Hopefully I'm not too loud. I hope it's not distorted. I'm excited, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't get the yelling and shit. How y'all doing? All right, first story up, you guys. This story hit social media last night. Or yesterday evening, I should say. Shout out to Jay Lee, who actually sent me a heads up on it. Sent me the video that Safaree had done. Because Jay Lee probably knows that I was not on social media at the time. So she sent it to me and I watched the video. And all I got to say about it is I had a feeling that Safaree and Erica were about to start going back and forth when Erica recently posted the schedule of their custody agreement. I don't know exactly what the schedule was supposed to be. But if we were to look at the calendar, I think for 2023 and going into this year, he's only had the kids a total of 16 days. Okay. And we know that there are 365 days in a year. So a little short if somebody was trying to talk about it in court. It's just sort of like, why haven't you been getting your kids? All right. Erica has continuously painted the picture that Safaree was a deadbeat dad and all of that and not involved in the kids. We did know that Safaree had told Erica that he did not want children when they were together. Yet and still, the kids are here now, and I'm assuming that he loves his children. And she said that he has not been there for them. Okay. We know that anytime that Safaree is in social media, Erica's in social media too. She is always going to respond to Safaree. There's always going to be some sort of something there. Okay. And this is probably, she posted that calendar of their custody, the days that he had the children, because we had seen earlier in the week on social media that Safaree was trying to get his $4,000 child support payment lowered for his 2 children because he does not make the money that they originally set that child support payment up on. He doesn't make that much money a month any longer. I had no idea that Safaree was making $60,000 fucking dollars a month, and Erica was making 60 and 40 and $80,000 a month. I was just like, really? You guys was doing it like that? Who would have knew? Child, I didn't know. Okay. But I'm supposed to be keeping this here. Can y'all still hear me when it's all over the place? So I'm gonna be all fucked up on this. I already know, y'all. So he was trying to get it lowered. $4,000, honestly, for a person that makes 80,000, 40,000, 60,000. You guys, I didn't write the numbers down, but for a person that makes that kind of money monthly, $4,000 a month for his 2 children actually seems very low. Okay. But who am I? Okay, I'm not the judge that's setting this amount, but 4,000 does sound low to me. However, if you don't have it, you just ain't got it. Okay. What is Safaree on? Safaree's on, he's on that Villains show right now. I don't know what Erica's doing. I think Erica's doing some shit on Tubi or something like that. But yeah, so these two, they've been going back and forth apparently about the custody arrangement, the money, child support, all of that. So that is why we've been seeing an abundance of Erica and Safaree in the social media streets this week. Now, the video that I'm talking about yesterday is Safaree basically just claiming that he has to finally say his truth, that he's been trying to stay quiet about it, hasn't really tried to be dragging Erica in these social media streets. He said in his own words that he doesn't really care what people think about him. He knows what he does for his children, and that's all that matters. And we've seen Safaree, he definitely doesn't seem to care. But that might all just be a front, because now he's saying he's tired, that Erica has made life increasingly difficult for him when it comes to the children, because, there's always some sort of confrontation when he goes to get the kids. So now he's decided he's not going to go to the girl's house any longer to pick up the kids. If he has to do that, then he's just not going to see his kids until they can get it worked out in court. So that is him explaining why he's only had his kids 16 days out of the year, or not a calendar year, but in 12 months, 16 days. That's very low. He wants to get it changed so that he can go to a police precinct, or even maybe some family member's house. Apparently they live in Florida now, so they don't live here in Georgia any longer. They've moved to Florida, both of them. Okay. And they live maybe 40-45 minutes away from each other, he said. And it has increasingly become a pain in the ass for him to have to even deal with Erica. He showed videos of them in his house, her jumping on, pushing him around as he was supposedly calling the police. We couldn't hear, we could only see the video. The children are right there. Okay, her throwing things around, crashing stuff, that tearing stuff up in his house, outside of his house with the kids, all this. He posted a video of one of the kids crying, saying that they don't want to go back to mommy's house. He talked about her oldest son, and how her oldest son had said that if he had to live with his mother, that he would kill himself. And he just basically said that him and Erica, they just can't seem to get on the good foot with this whole baby child support visitation situation. And it's just become so toxic. And he's not a deadbeat dad. He has all this stuff set up in his house and blah, 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 blah. Okay. If you were watching the video, you already saw what the man said. All right. And then, of course, Erica has come out in response to him, and she is now talking about how Safaree is only given one side of the story, that we're only seeing her react to Safaree and the things that he does, as he gaslights her, and as he's a narcissist, and he does this, that, and the other. We even saw a video of the girl jumping over to, honey, she had took a ladder. She had took a ladder to the man's house and jumped over the fence, because I guess she couldn't get in. He had locked her out, child. Who knows? Okay. And she's been responding and saying that, he's been begging to get her back and all of this. Listen, I'm not even going to give this too much energy, because I'm going to tell you like this. We knew that Erica was fucking crazy a long time ago. Erica has never been a likable person. When I saw Erica at that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reunion, and the way she talked so crazy to Stevie J, I ain't never ever seen nothing like it. And that girl went on for like an hour. Okay, just saying all kind of shit. All kind of shit. I can't even explain to you how awful the things that she was saying was. So I already know that Erica is special. We knew that Erica was crazy. We knew that she was a toxic person. She seems to thrive on that kind of thing. That mouth is reckless. Like, we all knew that about Erica, and people tried to warn Safaree. All right. When they first was getting together, Safaree was, adamant he had to have Erica. All right. I remember seeing them on a couple of shows, and him going after her, him wanting to be with her not giving him the time of day, but he was pretty persistent. And eventually Erica did give in. So much like how Erica's relationships go when she first gets together with somebody, she seems to be pretty chill. She seems to be very happy with the person and vice versa. And then shortly after, things just go south. All right. We saw that when she was with Bow Wow. All right. And apparently they had a crazy breakup, and the mother had to get involved in all of that and put her out, basically. We've seen that when she was in a relationship with Richie Dollars and the way that she used to talk crazy to him. Then now we see her with Safaree. All right. But the man wouldn't listen because he saw this beautiful girl and he wanted her. He had to have her, and she finally did give in. Right. They got married. We watched the whole thing on Love and Hip Hop, and they seemed to be very happy together. And I was thinking, like, oh, maybe she finally found her happily ever after. Well, shortly after that, things started going south. Then she got pregnant. And that's when things really got bad. All right. Because Safaree did not want to have children. He made that very clear. She wanted to have kids. They had the first one. We thought that that was going to be it. Yet and still, she turned around and had a second child. Okay. Now, we're not just going to blame Erica on that because it takes two people to make a baby. All right. He knew he didn't want to have kids. She knew that he didn't want to have kids. He didn't take any type of precaution to not, to keep himself from having children. So now we got two babies. Okay. And you probably know where I'm going with this. Listen, we already told you how Erica was. You didn't want to listen. So now you are stuck with this woman. You have created two children with her, which means that you are at least tied to this woman for 18 years and probably much longer after that as well. You had all the warning signals in the world. Her own child, her own situation, even if we weren't privy to what was going on with her oldest child. You being in a relationship with her, being much closer to her, being around her family and everything, it seems like you would have known if she had issues with the first child that she probably was going to be a problem in the second round of kids that she had too. Okay. But you didn't want to listen. So this is what it is. On top of that, we know that Safaree and Erica were fucking around for a long time and probably still are. And that also contributes to a bitch acting crazy when every time you turn around, you telling them you don't want them, you don't want this, you don't want to do that. You guys are arguing and fighting, but you guys still find a way to wrap them legs around each other every now and again. And see, when you got a woman that is already loosely crazy, and then you are still, keeping this intimate relationship with them, yes, of course that girl is now going to be irrational. She's going to be erratic. She is going to be in your face. She is going to be fighting you because you seeing her, you fucking on her, but you also seeing other people, you doing all this. This is sort of like, and he even admitted in his video that they were seeing each other. He was like, thank God that's over now. But it was just like, how long has it been over? That shit just was over 2 weeks ago. Okay, yeah, girl's still crazy. Girl's still mad. All right, why are you still messing with this woman when you know what it is? So, yes, I believe Safaree when he said that life has been very difficult trying to deal with Erica and these kids. All right. And yes, I do even believe when Erica posts all these different comebacks and saying how he be in her bed and he be crying and begging to have her back and all this. And yeah, I believe all that. I believe all that because these two still have not seemed to get each other out of their systems. And the only victims that's really in this, the only persons that I do feel sorry for are the children. Okay. The children are the ones that are getting caught up with the bullshit of the mama and the daddy. Yeah, all that shit that Safaree said, I believed every minute of it. I believed all the stuff that he said. All the stuff that he said that the girl had done, I believed it all. Okay, because that's definitely the MO of Erica Menendez. Child, did I just say Menendez Mina? The Menendez brothers are stuck on my head, child. Anyway, yes, I don't feel sorry. I just am just sort of like, oh well, now you have to deal with this and it's a shame. And yes, this girl is probably at the end of the day, in the long term, if she keep on continuing on the way that she is, she probably gonna lose custody of them kids too. I mean, yeah, she's complaining about him begging, wanting her back and everything, but she's doing all of this stuff in front of the kids. She's throwing stuff around. She's hitting on them. The kids are right there in the background. It's just sort of like, girl, what? Okay, you can at least do that without your children present. So you already know that them kids have seen all kind of shit that they ain't got no business seeing. All right. And child, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Erica knew that Safaree was a goofball, was a damn goober, but Erica also knew that Safaree did not want to have children. She went on and had children with him. Okay. Shit was difficult at first, but he then finally got on board, and I guess he accepted that he got 2 kids, but now they got all this other drama. Okay. And now she's posting videos of the kids saying, because he posted a video of one of the kids crying, saying that, she didn't want to go home to Erica. And now Erica posts a video of one of the kids talking about how Safaree treated the son. All right. And apparently Safaree has said things like he doesn't believe that son is his. And why do the kids know this? Why? These are little kids. Okay. These ain't no teenagers that's, knowing what's going on. These are little kids. Why are they even talking about this kind of stuff? So yeah, you already know it's all fucked up over there. Everybody, all of them. Okay, when the man said Erica sent a picture, a video or a picture of him naked in her bed, because her point was, you guys are trying to make me feel like I'm crazy, but I just wanted to let you know that your son is over here in my bed today. Okay, like, it's just sort of like, girl, did you really send that to the mama and the sister? You couldn't have just said it. You had to actually send pictures. See, that is a fractured ass mind. Erica is anybody that gets with Erica, I'm just like, you guys are signing on for a headache, because I saw it in live and in living color. That girl is something. And yes, Safaree has taken her through a whole bunch of changes and back and forth, and that's why she's really activated, but I'm just like, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. I hope y'all work that child support situation and that visitation shit out. But it's just sort of like, okay. But when you watch that video here, I was just like, somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody, and the fact that she's all over him and following him around and all that, that is somebody that is asking for you to hit them so that they can hit you back, and it could be something else, so that they can say that you hit them. Like, you can tell what she's doing. All right. But yeah, I just was like, this is way too much. Maybe next time you will listen when people try to warn you about how folks are. Okay, you thought it was all shits and giggles, it was all fun and games, until you married that girl and had 2 kids with her. Okay, now this is what life is. Yeah, y'all gonna figure that shit out. How y'all feel about it though? Y'all feeling sorry for Erica? Y'all know I'm not gonna never feel. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna feel sorry for Erica. I'm just not gonna do it, you guys. And I'm really not feeling sorry for Safaree either. Okay, it's like, damn, too bad. Like, boy, drat the luck. But yeah, just sort of like, yeah, we tried to let you know. Okay, we've been new. You ignored the signs, so here we are. Y'all let me know what you think about it. Next story. All right, you guys, let's talk about politics. You guys, we only have less than 3 weeks now. It is 2 weeks and 5 days to election day. We are in the home stretch, and early voting has started, at least here in Georgia. I think it started in a number of states. Actually, here in Georgia, they had a huge turnout on the first day. They had over 250,000 people had went to vote, and as of yesterday, it was already over. It was encroaching 400,000 people that had already voted early. Folks have gotten out in strong numbers here in Georgia, for example, and I haven't voted yet. Mr. said he voted yesterday, and I'm probably going to vote either tomorrow or Monday. But And today is Thursday. Remember, I do this video on Thursday, but you guys get it on Friday. So I'm either going to do it on Friday or Monday. But yeah, so we hear you guys. I am nervous and I just am ready for it to be over. I get so many fucking text messages. I already told you guys, huh? All right, I ain't got to tell you again, child. And I keep on telling you guys to make sure that you just take advantage and go vote early, because it's going to be some bullshit on election day. It's going to be some bullshit on election day. Yeah, Amy told you here first, okay? All right, so since we're talking about the election, let's talk about Kamala Harris, who has been on many shows. You know, she's been hitting the media. People were complaining that she was avoiding it. Well, the Republicans, what's the old boy, JD Vance, was complaining that she wasn't talking to the media. Excuse me. And so I love this little thing. That she was avoiding reporters and everything. So now that we are to the last couple of weeks, she is talking to the media. She was on Fox News yesterday. She talked to Brett Baer, and then she also talked to Charlemagne the God on his radio podcast, I think, the other day. So first, let's talk about Charlemagne the God. We know that Kamala Harris is not performing the best with Black men voters. All right. Black men voters are either undecided or saying that they are going to vote for YSAP. And of course they did, because child is always, yeah, listen, I love my brothers out there, I do. But it be some of y'all, not the Rockstar men, but your homeboys be stupid as fuck, and they be out here talking about how they gonna vote for Trump because they just alike. Nigga, how y'all just alike? Like what? Like it don't even make no fucking sense. You know, that you guys say that you are nothing, black men are nothing like YSAP, other than the fact that you guys are men. All right, but his circumstances and your circumstances is totally different. I don't know why you think anything differently. Anyway. Let me get back on it. Did I just spit on something? I love my little microphone. Every little breeze seems to whisper Louise. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Get back on track, y'all. It was good for her to sit down with Charlemagne the God, just so that she can, just so she can try to get with these people and explain to them what she plans on doing for. I mean, this woman got to be feeling pulled in so many different directions, because everybody feels like Kamala Harris should be tending specifically to their own group. Okay. However, she's going to be the president of the United States, which means that she's going to look out for the black men, but she got to look out for black women, white women, Asian men, Asian women, Latino men, Latino women, Native American men and women. Like, she got all of these people on her list. Immigrants, child, let's not even throw the immigrants in there. I mean, like, there's so many things that need to be taken care of. Like, I know she's got to be fucking stressed out, okay, and just ready for this to be done too. She says that the thing that keeps her awake is wondering if she's done everything that she can. Now, what was nice to hear is the fact that she said, I am going to win, but it's going to be tight. Okay. So she already knows that she is going to win this race. I ain't quite feeling quite like that yet. I mean, I guess if you were going by the media will definitely make you feel like the race is so undecided and crazy, because the media thrives on a whole bunch of chaos and excitement and things that lead up to the election, But she did say, like, I am going to win this race. It's just going to be tight. Everybody needs to do what they need to do. But yeah, she's trying to get the black men on board. And I just want y'all to talk to your homeboys. I just want you to talk to your homeboys out there. Your brothers, your cousins, your uncles, your daddies, your grandpas. All of them. Please talk to them. We need you guys on this. And we even had our forever president, Barack Obama, go out on the Obamas are now on the trail, on the campaign trail, because like I said, we is closing it up now. And he even said that his brothers were not the ones that were supporting Kamala Harris, and he was kind of calling them out. And of course people had their feelings about that and feeling like Barack Obama was attacking them and all this. It's just like, oh God, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Okay. So that's what Kamala Harris's main not main focus, but that is what she is focusing a lot of her energy on right now, is trying to talk to our brothers, trying to talk to our brothers, you guys. Now she went on Brett Bear's show, and it was a very combative, kind of contentious interview, which was to be expected considering where she was, but still. Okay. I heard this morning that, I was listening to the radio and people were talking about how, she seemed like she was angry and that she was and I was just like, it is so annoying to hear that anytime a woman is asserting themselves, anytime a woman is showing leadership, anytime a woman is just very committed to what they're saying, and now the woman is being angry, or the woman is being I think the word that they were using on Jock's show this morning was feisty. And it was just like, no, this is just a woman who is prepared to take the job. I mean, she is going to be facing some things that some people might say that women historically don't know how to handle, so she is now trying to let everybody know that she's not no pushover. She's not no soft bleeding heart. She's not this one that's going to get in there and bow down to all of these other nations and all these other leaders that come, to her and come at her and come for her. Like, why do people feel like this woman, I mean, if she laugh, you got a problem. If she's stern, if she is direct, if she is, there's another problem there, and that is just so tiring, so tiring. So anyway, the reason why she and this Brett guy was going back and forth was because Brett was trying to be obtuse, because they were talking about WhatsApp and the things that WhatsApp has been saying, all the misinformation, all of the things that WhatsApp says. And there's this term, enemy within. Okay, enemy from within. And he is saying that Kamala is just going to be such a horrible thing for the country and all. However, when Brett showed this clip of what WhatsApp was talking about when he talked about the enemy from within, he didn't really show the clip where WhatsApp was really berating her and talking bad about her. All right. And so when they got in the interview and they showed the clip, and Kamala was just like, listen, hold on. And I know that is not the fucking clip that everybody was having an issue with. Let's talk about the fact that WhatsApp has talked about, if he does become president again, that he is going to come after American people, that he may even turn the military on Americans if he has to. Okay? That he has all this plans of get back for people who have gone against him, Democrats and Republicans alike. Okay? And that is just a matter of him getting in office so that he can use that seat and his power to get at these people. Talking about confronting protesters. If the protesters are not protesting what he deems that they should be protesting about, if it's going against WhatsApp, he gonna have a problem with them. He gonna get them arrested. And this is a democracy. We live in a country where it is free to protest. As long as you are safe, you ain't hurting nobody, you can protest. Now you telling me that these people gonna get thrown in jail when we've been protected by the fucking amendment of the constitutions or whatever it was, So that's the kind of thing that she was trying to correct as Brett was talking over her, interrupting her, wouldn't let her get her points out. And again, she was prepared. She was able to correct some things because she went on The View, and when they asked her, would she do things differently than how Biden did? And she made a mistake in saying no, she couldn't think of anything that she would have done differently. All right. Which to me, I think that she just was not prepared for that question, because people don't want another 4 years of Biden. That was the reason why they forced Biden out of that seat. So that was not the correct comment to have when somebody asked her that. So this time when Brett mentioned it, she was much more prepared and ready to come at him and, talk about how her administration is going to be different. She said that this is going to be a new generation of leadership. She has plans on having a Republican on her cabinet, okay, and that she wants to reach across the aisles and, all the things that they say. We've been trying to get back to that because that's what the presidents that were running used to say. Now is just like so much mudslinging that kind of talk doesn't happen much anymore. But that's still what her plan is. And yeah, I loved it. I love to see her up there talking, but I knew when she kept on saying, "You're not letting me speak. Like, can I speak? Let me finish." And she was talking back. I just already knew that people were going to say that she was, why is she so rude, or why is she so, it's like, no, how the fuck is he rude when he asks a question and then he won't let her answer it? Okay. She talked about the bipartisan bill that they had dealing with the border and the immigrants and all that, and how YSAP had killed that bill because they didn't want it to be a successful bill. It was brought on by the Democrats, and now he was in power, so he killed it. And then, of course, that also contributed to the mess that is going on down at the border going into Mexico. And so, yeah, you guys, I mean, par for the course. We know that this is all a part of it when you're talking about running for office. This is the shit that you got to deal with. All right. I'm just going to be glad when this shit is over come November 5th. But the problem is there's just been so many mistruths that circulate in the Black community about Kamala Harris. People having problems with the jobs that she had as a district attorney and as a attorney general. I don't know why people forget that anybody that's a DA or attorney general, their job is to prosecute people. She was doing her job. Some people had problems with some of the programs that she had brought about, namely that one about how kids have to be in school. If they're not in school, then their parents are going to be in trouble for it as well. She has now said that that plan was not a good one. But at the time, she thought that it was a good plan. Okay, that she thought that she was just helping the fact that she wanted these kids to be in school and to finish school. But now she realizes that maybe that wasn't the best, and that you had parents that were getting thrown in jail for some kids that they could not control, or whatever the situation was. So yes, there has been some changes on her policy over the years. I mean, it's been 20, 30 fucking years. Of course you should be allowed to grow. You should be allowed to realize what did and didn't work, and then if it didn't work, then you should be able to make those changes, that people should still believe in it. But again, she was a fucking prosecutor, and this is what they do. It's her job. All right. But yeah, she's talked about all of the things that she plans on doing for the Black community, for the small business owners, giving them forgivable loans and cutting taxes for the lower and the middle class, down payment assistance for first-time home buyers, everybody, not just a certain race or group, Medicare benefits for at-home care. So she does have a plan in place, and she is trying to appeal to everybody that needs the help. So yes, it was frustrating to see what Brett was trying to do on the show. I thought that she held up just fine. Okay. Of course, the Republicans are always going to say, "Oh, it was a terrible interview. She looked bad. She did this," but her team seems to believe that that was a win for them, and I believe so as well, because she was very stern and she still was able to get her point across, even though Brett was trying to keep her from doing that. Okay, so that is it on politics. Also, you guys, you'll be happy to know that Jimmy Carter, okay, who is at this moment our oldest living president, all right, he just turned 100 years old, and his grandson had told us that his biggest wish was to make sure that he lived long enough to vote for Kamala Harris. All right. And yesterday he was able to do that. They rolled him on into the polling booth, and the man was able to vote for Kamala Harris. Okay. You guys know that Jimmy Carter has been on hospice since like February of last year. And he's had many health issues and all of that, but he's still hanging on in there, and he was able to make good on his wish, and he did vote. Okay, so I'm gonna just tell you guys like this: if this man could get wheeled to the goddamn polling office, 100 years old on hospice, Okay, recovering brain cancer victim, all of that. If he can do that, then y'all niggas can do it when you get off of work. Okay. Y'all can do that shit and that's it. I don't want to hear nothing else about it why you couldn't make it. Again, we got early voting and everything, so there is no excuse. There is really no excuse. All right. And shout out to Jimmy for getting on out there. 100 years old. Shout out Jimmy says, I know one thing. He ain't voting for that damn YSAP. Anyway, you guys, that's it on politics. I think that's it on politics. Let's move on to the next story. All right, you guys, next story. We're going to send up a rest in peace to Wanda Smith, you guys. If you're not out here in Atlanta, then this story probably does not make that much difference to you. You don't really know who Wanda Smith is. But for those of us who've been in Atlanta, I mean, I've been in Atlanta for 20 years now, and Wanda Smith was a staple on the radio. She was on B103 with Frank Ski, and she was a radio host that we all knew and loved. Okay, you guys probably were introduced to Wanda when she had that confrontation with Cat Williams, when he was talking about her gnarled hands and the hair and all of that. You guys remember that going back and forth. But Wanda was much more than that. She was a part of the radio community. She was a part of the Atlanta community. Everybody here knew her and loved her. She was also a comedian. I know that she used to promote like comedy shows and things here in Atlanta. She was just a part of Atlanta. I was shocked to hear that the lady had passed. I didn't know that she had been sick. Apparently she had been. Frank Ski said that he had found out that she had been sick, and I think Ricky Smiley had wanted to start like a fundraiser for her. So I'm not sure if she was having financial issues or if it was just the medical bills had piled up or what the issue was, but they wanted to do a fundraiser for her and she shot it down because she did not want people to know. She wanted to keep things private. And so fast forwards however much time, she ended up passing recently. Okay. But yeah, very, very sad, and it was sad to see in the social media. I'm telling you, people on social media, you guys are so fucking callous, okay? Because people were just going on and on about like Cat Williams and how he went back and forth with her and all this. And I was just like, do you guys realize that this is somebody's mother, somebody's sister, their child, their aunt, their friend? You guys have reduced this lady's career down to a conversation that she had with Cat Williams. Yeah, we laughed at it at the time, but this is not the time to be bringing up shit like that. This woman has battled whatever illness that she had and she succumbed to it, and people should be respectful enough at least to just say rest in peace to this woman. Okay. So yeah, it was just kind of frustrating to see that. I was just like, we ain't gonna never be serious, child. We ain't gonna never be serious. Sometimes it's necessary to joke about things, and then other times it's not. This definitely was not the time. But yeah, you guys, it was sad to hear, because she was young. I think they said that she had just turned 58. Yeah, she had just had a birthday the day before, and then she died the very next day. Again, I don't know what she passed from, but it's so many people dying in their 50s. Like, I feel like it's so many people dying in their 50s. This is the age where we need to really be diligent about our health, because we on the declining years now. Okay, it just is what it is. We on the declining years now, but that does not mean that it's time for us to go anywhere. You need to be very serious about all of your health issues, making sure you get your checkups and your mammograms if you're a woman, and all your different yearly, annual things, colonoscopy, all that. Okay. So yeah, I was very saddened to hear that, you guys. She leaves behind her husband, Lamorris. She used to talk about her husband all the time, and her, I think she had 2 sons, and then she has grandkids. She has many fans here and really all over. There are a lot of people who do know who Wanda Smith is, so there's that. Rest in peace to Wanda Smith. Next story, you guys. They say that Liam, oh, what is his last name? I did not put his name on there. Liam from dang, what was his last name? From One Direction. Liam Last night, they reported that the man had fallen from the third-story balcony of a hotel that he was staying in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and that he had fallen to his death. One Direction is a pop group. I think One Direction was discovered by Simon Cowell. I think on that show that he used to have that was like American Idol. I think they have based American Idol on the show that he had, overseas. And I think that this was the group that came from that show. Anyway, apparently he was out in Argentina. He's had problems in the past with drug and alcohol use, and apparently he was having an episode there at the hotel. The hotel had called the police and said that they needed help with a person that was staying at the hotel who was being destructive and tearing up the hotel room, and they needed somebody to come down there and get some order. All right. And that they were concerned about it because he was on the third floor and that his room did have a balcony. So I don't know what he was doing, but he was cutting up in the hotel and the hotel was concerned. And by the time the police had got there, he had fallen or had jumped. We don't know. It looks like they're saying he fell. He fell from the balcony to his death. What a terrible way to die. I mean, dying is not going to be good. Ain't no best way to die, but falling off of a balcony has got to be up there with just something horrible. But yeah, you guys, really sad. They said that he's always had problems with struggling with fame. And so that he dealt with drugs and alcohol just so that he could, deal with the pressure that comes along with being famous and all that. So very, very, very sad. I'm sorry, I don't know what his last name was, but he was 31 years old, you guys, young. Rest in peace to Mr. Liam from One Direction. All right, you guys, that's it for this video. We're going to cut it off here. We do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back.